Overnight, American kinetic strikes leveled the residence of Iran's supreme leader. By morning, massive crowds had poured into the streets of Tehran for Ali Khamenei's burial, leaving the country with a sudden, massive political and religious vacuum. This chart tracks India's Sensex index at the market open. As news of the strike spread, the index plummeted 1,700 points in an instant, reflecting a wave of panic sweeping through global financial markets. The International Monetary Fund immediately issued warnings, downgrading global growth forecasts and citing the severe threat this escalation poses to the worldwide economy. For decades, the U.S. and Iran operated in a carefully managed shadow war. The conflict was fought through proxy militias and cyber attacks, kept from boiling over by a fragile diplomatic memorandum of understanding. That ceasefire is now completely gone. The events of July 2026 shattered three distinct historical red lines in rapid succession, guaranteeing a heavy economic toll for the rest of the world. The first erased red line was the direct assassination of Ali Khamenei. Khamenei was the highest political and religious authority in Iran. Removing him eliminates the core decision-making structure of the state. Because the supreme leader is the only figure with the authority to negotiate or approve a ceasefire, his death effectively removes any mechanism for immediate de-escalation. The second erased red line was the kinetic military strike on the Bushehr nuclear power plant. Targeting a nation's active atomic infrastructure shifts the conflict away from conventional military targets. It introduces the immediate risk of mass radiation release, turning a tactical strike into a regional environmental and existential threat. By decapitating the government and striking nuclear facilities, a carefully managed political dispute has been instantly replaced by an unpredictable, zero-sum fight for the Iranian state's survival. With its leadership gone and its territory breached, Iran retaliated, erasing a third red line by pulling third-party states into the crossfire. Instead of exclusively targeting American military bases, Iran widened the war by firing missiles directly at neighboring countries like Kuwait and Bahrain. This forced neutral neighbors to respond. Jordan is now actively intercepting Iranian projectiles in its own airspace. In response to this expanding threat, the United States rapidly deployed a massive naval posture, moving heavy assets like aircraft carriers into the waters of the Middle East. Hitting third-party Gulf states officially destroys the long-standing strategy of containment. A localized conflict has officially dragged the entire region into active combat. This regional spillover hits the global economy at a very specific geographic pinch point, the Strait of Hormuz. The strait is a narrow waterway connecting the Persian Gulf to the open ocean. Because missiles are now flying across these exact waters, this vital shipping lane is severely compromised. This visualization shows why. Roughly 20% of global oil and a massive portion of LNG pass through this channel daily. This is why the IMF raised the alarm. Their projections show a sustained closure instantly translates to severe cuts to global economic growth. When the diplomatic ceasefire collapsed, the last remaining guardrails protecting this supply chain vanished, sending immediate shockwaves through the energy markets. A panic in the energy market means the cost to ship goods, run factories, and fuel vehicles spikes globally. That translates directly into higher inflation and painful price hikes for everyday goods at your local store. By erasing localized military boundaries, the escalating conflict has turned the global economy into a hostage. Until stability returns to the Gulf, everyday consumers worldwide remain directly in the crosshairs.